guess though, somebody's gonna get him a good little snack later.
Well, good afternoon. Bobby Lee here from Hurricane Creek Farms, coming to you on a, I guess I would say, like kind of a typical winter day. It's cool, borderline cold, breezy, overcast. Sun's gonna refuse to shine. Got my buddy Smokey. She's the pony Honey, who stall Smokey had been living in. Honey came back home from a trainer, and so during the day when we have them up the stalls, Smokey's kind of homeless, so she doesn't go far. We let her kind of roam around. But anyway, it's gonna be a little different video for you. I'm actually heading out of town here in just a couple of hours, and I'll be scrambling to get some chores done before then, get things kind of tucked away and ready while I'm gone. So Kaelin's gonna be taking over for much of this video. She'll be holding down the fort while I'm gone on a quick little hunting trip. Yeah, so cows are out of hay. It's Thursday. We put out 5 rolls on Sunday in all the feeders. They were out pretty much by this time yesterday, so we unrolled one yesterday real quickly when I was home on my lunch break. This calf, she's convinced it's time for a bottle, but it's not. They pretty much cleaned that up, so we're gonna go ahead and put out probably just 5 more in the hay feeders. But we need to get the tractor cranked, do a few other things, then get some stuff done before we hopefully go shoot some ducks. Got the horses turned out and fed, and you see the donkeys. Somebody asked in a video or 2 ago, like, oh wow, did I see donkeys? And yeah, we do have 3 donkeys. Don't feature them a lot. They're mostly feral. You know, they're traditionally, a lot of people think of them as being livestock guard animals. So sheep, coyotes, I guess other predators potentially that nearly fall away. Which thankfully we don't have a lot of predator problems. Even our coyotes aren't too aggressive. You know, with the wildlife opportunities and all that they have a chance to eat around here, we don't have to worry about that too much. Them preying on baby calves, thankfully. But I think that was kind of the original purpose of the donkeys. But those donkeys actually came with the farm when we bought it. They're feral. You can't really get your hands on them, which is fine. We don't have any need to really. We throw them a little hay this time of year, otherwise they graze out in pasture with other animals. But get some hay put out. We're gonna play the game of, will the cows follow us or will they go out the gate? Looks like they're gonna follow us. Okay, good deal. All right, well, yeah, it's muddy. It's still muddy. It's dried up a little bit since the weekend. But we're expecting more rain on Saturday night. I think the long range forecast for the next several weeks is above average moisture, which it's just that time of year. We just have to live with the mud, more or less. Well, hello, darling. It's good to see you. I won't go full-blown Conway because I'll butcher that. But yeah, it's nice to see the sun. I was bad-mouthing her, and she said, "I'll show you." She poked her head out, so we're more than happy for it. I know it's all in my head, but it immediately feels 10 degrees warmer just because the sun's shining. But got 5 rolls put out for this crew. 3 right here on this hillside and a couple on up the draw. That should more than hold them. I'll be back home in about 48 hours, so I'm gonna run 2 rolls up the road to those calves, and then we'll be just about wrapped up. About time to jump in the truck then. Okay, getting a couple of rolls of hay put out here for this crew. Not too muddy down here, kind of on these hillsides. They cleaned up those 2 rolls that we had fed last week or last weekend, and we of course unrolled a roll for them as well. We'll see if we can evaluate how much of that they really cleaned up. I was a little worried they wouldn't clean up that one real well, and As of yesterday, they still had a good bit of hay on the ground, so I don't know if they had to finally eat on that or if they were still picking around down here, but we just about got these chores done. Yeah, here's where we unrolled that roll of hay for them on Sunday. And as you can see, they have not cleaned this up very well at all. I mean, that's a bunch of hay there. So, yeah, that's frustrating. What we had done, if you didn't watch that last video, we brought 2 rolls of hay down here, like usual. But one of the hay rings was not empty, and so we put 1 roll in the empty hay ring, and we unrolled the other one. And so they had access to about a roll and a half, roll and a third in a feeder, and that one unrolled, and they just didn't really eat that up. So I think if we are going to keep unrolling hay, you need that to be their only source of hay, or the one that they're going to be most drawn to, so that you can go ahead and get them to clean it up, because they wasted a fair amount of that. And we're not in a position right here, still in the middle of January, of luxury where we can just be allowing them to waste some hay, because we know we're going to have plenty. Might have plenty, but yeah, we're going to be a little more strategic about how we feed than that from now on. But I'm gonna head back home, gonna put some corn out for the feeder steers, but I gotta get on the road. We're going duck hunting. So we're gonna turn it over to Kaelin. Y'all be nice to her, see how she does. She'll do just fine. Biggest challenge she has is not doing the farm chores. I mean, heck, if I can do them, she can do them. It's that she doesn't have her there to watch the kids, while that she also does the farm chores. And that's the biggest benefit she gives to me in the farm on a day in, day out basis, is I don't have to worry about the kids getting ready for school, you know, getting lunches packed, getting dressed, getting to school. She does all that. So for, I guess, just tomorrow, she's gonna have to do it all. So thank you, babe.
Good morning. This is Kaelin from Hurricane Creek Farms. Bobby Lee's gone hunting with some of his buddies over in Arkansas, so I'm taking over doing all the chores for the farm. So we're gonna head out and get some animals fed. Looks like we got some folks that are already coming up and wanting to eat. We're also gonna test out the High C women's rain boots. You can go to highc.com and enter the code HURRICANE for a 15% discount. See how these things do today. Y'all ready to come in? Y'all want to eat? So we got Smokey. Good morning. She's eating. She's getting her breakfast. So when she gets done, we'll let these horses in and get their breakfast, and then we're going to head down and feed the steers and the bulls and then the cows out in the pasture. All right, next one, the horses are now fed. Smokey's been fed. She's filling her oats this morning, so she's gonna come help. So we're gonna get some buckets so we can get the bulls fed real quick. These ladies are pretty hungry, so we're gonna get them fed here real quick. We typically feed them about once a day, just so they can come up, get some extra grain. They'll come up to the bucket. So we're gonna get them fed real quick. They're all fed. So I'm a little out of breath. I'm not used to putting in 6 buckets of grain and lifting it up over my shoulders. I said, well, maybe I don't have to do my workouts today, but anyway, we got these ladies fed. In the meantime, I have cut my hand. I'm not sure what I cut it on, probably just the fence. But we'll get that cleaned up in a minute. I'm gonna head down and do the steers and the cats. It's always good when the moms leave their babies down here and they're just chilling under the tree while moms are eating up here at the buffet. So it's always good moms that tell their young to stay away because A, it's muddy, and B, they might get trampled up there. Y'all ready to eat this morning, boys? Well, that wasn't the best. I guess though somebody's gonna get him a good little snack later. All right, she told me it's very important that you just take this pellet and sprinkle over the top and evenly kind of distribute it. So we'll make sure we do what he says. All right, we got the steers done. I just wanted to also make note, my feet are still dry. We've been trekking through some mud. If my feet can stay dry in all this mud, they're definitely working. Well, it looks like we got a horse still not in their stall. So I guess I forgot to lock him up. He was just chilling with his butt hanging out, eating his hay. So we're gonna go check on that and get him in his stall. Hey Ace, can you get back in your stall, please? Can you get back in your stall? I didn't shut it, did I? Will you get back in your stall? Go back. Get back in. Good boy. Okay. All right, always gotta make sure you latch those. We got 2 there. Okay, so we'll make sure we got them all latched. Horses are fed. They got some good alfalfa hay. And we'll clean your stalls later. Enjoy. I don't know where Sadie was. I was about to wash my hand off, but we have Archie, but Sadie is in the stall and it looks like she wants out. You want out, Sadie? There. All right, so looks like I cut it pretty good, but I did take my rings off because in case it started to swell, and it definitely did. So looks like I just kind of cut it right there on the fence, so no big deal. I think I'll live.
All right, I'm back in town, so looks like Kaelin took care of things just fine while I was gone. Not that we had any doubt that she would. I think she had some trouble with the GoPro, so hopefully she got some good footage filmed. I guess I'll find out when I go to editing. But just got back in town. It's like 3:30, so we got like, a couple hours of daylight. It was supposed to start raining about dark tonight. Looks like it's already raining. There's Smokey. We're kind of letting her free range during the day right now. She can kind of go where she wants, but it's gonna set into raining for like the next 5 days. So I think what we're gonna do while it is relatively dry, we're gonna go ahead and put some hay out, and that way we're just not having to do it tomorrow, or maybe even on Monday when it's a muddy mess. So Smokey wants to trip me. But anyway, I'm rambling. We're gonna check on things. I know she said everything seemed to be pretty good, but we're gonna make that our first priority, is getting that hay put out before this rain really starts setting in. Yeah, so much for beating the rain, but we're gonna at least beat the majority of the muddies. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you because I'm sure somebody's gonna ask how the hunting was. The hunting was good. Probably more realistic to say it was okay. We hunted 2 days, had one not very good day, one pretty decent day. So overall, we'll take it. We had a good time. Got to hang out with some buddies that you know, I just don't get to see nearly as often as I once did, and certainly don't get to hunt with nearly as often as I once did. So we had a good time. Yeah, looking forward to doing it again next year already. Hey, little baby calf, what you doing? We'll leave you alone. Of course, we always have some of these, you know, smaller rolls. That's, I don't know, maybe about half a roll that you have, you know, when you're finishing baling for the day, you're finishing baling on a farm. Thought this would be a good time to use it. One, we were just to that roll and what was stacked in the barn. And also, this feeder's not quite empty, so it's, yeah, perfect time to put this one in here. For some typical fashion, I can't find the end of the net wrap. Or is it? Here it is. So we'll get this one put in here, get one more put in the red feeder right over there. That'll be, we'll call it 3.5 rolls that we fed today. And that should last them, I don't know, a few days. Normally we put out 5 rolls, but 4 if you count this one as a whole one. And then we had that feeder over there where they've still probably got 2/3 of a roll left. So anyway, but could have definitely waited and fed tomorrow, but just would rather do it now before it gets just sloppy and muddy, because I mean, this isn't dry ground, but it's pretty darn firm and about as nice of feeding conditions as we're gonna have for a while, it seems. Got that hay put out, confirmed that all animals are alive and well there. So one more thing checked off the to-do list. This crew looks pretty good. We'll walk over here and check on their hay situation, and we'll get them some feed put out as well. So they absolutely ate up one of the rolls. Still working on the other one. Probably will need to bring them just one roll of hay down here tomorrow, if I'm guessing. We'll see. Probably come back down here early in the morning, bring them some feed. Check it. Yeah, we'll just bring them one roll tomorrow. They ain't gonna eat that much. All right, so all 30 of them are here. Yeah, good time to check on the protein tubs too. Yeah, it gives you a good example of how wet it's been. Yeah, we got about half one there. Still got that other tub down there. But yeah, just a muddy mess. I'm about to get a lot worse. Well, I don't know if you can tell. Let's see if I can zoom in. I think after all this time doing YouTube and filming with the GoPro for 2+ years, I would know how to make it zoom after I was already filming, but couldn't. So right there where the gully's washing out, and I've talked about that spot, black steer there was down kind of halfway in it. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and do something more about that spot sooner rather than later. I'm throwing a bunch of that old net wrap in there, which we have almost an endless supply of it this time of year. Yeah, they're just, I mean, he was acting like he was trying to eat, but I mean, there's nothing but dirt and roots right there, so who knows. But if that keeps washing and falling away, that post's gonna be gone. We're gonna have problems. So yeah, I need to watch this and probably do something about it. It's one of the few good things net wrap is good for us. The way it tangles up, it's good at kind of collecting and whatnot. But you know, I was kind of looking at just this mess that is out here this time of year. My ultimate long-term kind of goal is to take this kind of whole area out here, probably take all this down. Probably need to do a little dirt work to get things a little more level. Put a roof over all this, and then probably redesign the pen layout and the sweep, alley, you know, squeeze chute, all that. Get some concrete where we can do their feeding up on that concrete, just because it's just about impossible to feed cattle in this part of the country. really any time of year without mud being a problem, but especially during the winter when we like to feed them. But that's kind of, I don't know. If we're gonna keep feeding out a few steers every winter, we're gonna have to go to something like that. Yeah, just where we're completely undercover, which I mean, all their feeding, and if they want a bed in the barn, they can get undercover now. But the barn, the back of the barn, actually, you can see through right there. We got daylight coming through. The back, the front part of the barn's newer. The back part, and like the original hallway, still in good shape. Some of this over here, yeah, I'm probably really confusing you with the way. It's part of the barn. A good chunk of it that we're using right now for cover is just about worthless. So yeah, that's my ultimate goal. Just a pole barn out here. Have the working facilities completely undercover. Get some concrete. You know, where we could have at least where they are fed. Have enough room where we could have the gravity wagon backed under there out of the weather, of course, and whatnot. But I don't know. Kaelin watches this video, which I expect she probably will, because hey, she took part in a good portion of it. She's probably gonna hear me saying this and tell me not in the budget right now. So, but hey, you gotta spend money to make money, and feeding out these few steers and selling direct makes a little money. So we're gonna keep doing that. We're probably gonna have to spend some money to upgrade these facilities. Then once I do that, you know, because every year, especially about now, I'm like, oh my God, this is such a muddy, awful mess. Pain in the butt. I don't know if I'm gonna feed steers again next year. We'll go ahead and make that big of an investment. We're gonna feel like we're gonna need to keep feeding them for at least several years to pay for it. All right, we got 3 of them up here eating, and when you know it's 3 of the better looking ones. Number 45 out there in the back. He's pretty good and fat, and so the striping. These other 2 black ones, they got a little bit of catching up to do. They'll, no doubt, with the way things go, they'll be the 2 that get to hang around the longest. We our kill dates, I think we've only got 7, but we've got 4 kill dates like every week in April, you know. So yeah, obviously the 2 skinniest ones will get to hang around just another week longer than any of the others, because yeah, we'll take that opportunity to put just a little more weight on them. Let's see out here. A little bit of rain moved through, but yeah, apparently the real rain is supposed to get here about another hour or 2, and it's gonna get nasty. It looks like Kaelin, well, I guess I can confirm now. I've checked on all the animals. She did an excellent job. Everything survived me being gone for, yeah, almost 48 hours. Not that I ever doubted. I guess the one thing I haven't checked on is the chickens. I know they don't get to make too many appearances on the channel. One little project I've got to do, it just hasn't been a priority, is we got to build them a new chicken house. This thing is pretty dilapidated. It was converted several years ago. I guess I fed pigs 2 years in a row, and it was very, very, very makeshift. That's why we still got this. I mean, it just needs to be taken down. But we fed pigs in here, and this was a little pig shed. It didn't have the front, and it didn't have the floor in it. It was just a 3-sided little barn, and of course it didn't have the little chicken feeders or the roosting bars, but I only had 3 eggs. But yeah, I guess it's my long way of rambling to say we gotta get another chicken coop. I built this one. I'm probably gonna break down and just buy one, but I've looked at them and priced like one big enough, which we've only got 5 hens now. We'd like to have just a couple more. One big enough to hold like 8 to 10 hens. You don't want to price one. Let's just put it that way. But by the time I buy all the materials, and then one I build is going to look like that, versus what I can just order one that all I gotta do is assemble it, it's probably worth the money. By the time you figure my time and everything else. But anyway, things are looking good. I don't want to say we're ready for the next round of rain, but we might as well be. It's just gonna be muddy. But anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Thank y'all for helping Kaelin out. Those of y'all watching, give her some words of encouragement. So I hope she had plenty of footage. She said the the battery was giving her some trouble, and she knew what it was, but I mean, she had to get kids to school yesterday, get animals fed, come back home, feed some the rest of the animals. She probably wasn't too worried about getting the battery as much as she was just worried about getting things done. So I'm rambling. That means we must be getting near the end of the video, and we are. As 018 looks at me there, I'm reminded, yeah, I need to feed the bulls because she did not get to that this morning. So I'm gonna feed them, but y'all don't care about seeing that. You've seen it 100 times. But as we wrap this one up, oh, and I hope she got to show you, yeah, I'll just keep rambling, her high C boots. I don't know if she did. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I'll have to ask her when she gets home. If she didn't, we're gonna show you hers off in a future video, maybe in the next one. But go to highc.com, use that discount code Hurricane, just the discount code Hurricane at checkout, 15% off, the lifetime warranty, awesome boots. They're already very affordable to begin with. You take that 15% off and you can't lose. But yes, do that. And y'all remember, eat beef and God bless.